Hello, LRGL TV. I'm EODTex. I'm here to run AM2R Fusion difficulty, and with me on commentary I have Logical.
Hello. I will be here to do commentary, as Tex said.
Alright, so we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. First thing you'll notice is I'll be in Morph Ball a lot. That's because we roll a lot faster than we run. And I suppose I should tell you what fusion difficulty is. It's, you take 4 times as much damage as normal. And the enemies drop exoparasites, as you can see there.
Yep, another change that you notice a little bit later into the run is that a couple of the bosses spawn Core X as a third, well, depending on the boss, as an extra final phase. It also contains all of the changes from hard mode. So if you've only played AM2R on normal or easy, you'll probably notice a couple enemies behaving a little bit differently.
And another thing is Metroids are even faster than they are in hard mode. And you will see that coming up shortly here with our first alpha.
So, for anybody who's not familiar with the plot of Metroid 2, Samus has been sent by the Galactic Federation to wipe out the Metroid threat from their home planet of SR388 because the space pirates demonstrated that they could be used for evil bioweapony things, which is, you know, kind of funny because the game that just finished on stream here shows the Federation trying to do that too. So we will be seeing a lot of Metroid fights in AM2R, and there is a lot of work put into manipulating their AI to bait out their dodge hitboxes and get them into the right positions for kills as quickly as possible. Yeah, this is a bigger resolution. One of the recent updates, 151, introduced widescreen to the game. So the core resolution is the same as the Game Boy Advance Metroid, so a little bit of lava trouble there. But this just extends the horizontal resolution. So it's going to be some pretty tight movement here. The lava dip is going to... the lava dip's going to make everything really, really dangerous right now.
Oh, and yes, that 4 times damage does count for lava too. I'm gonna take a safety save here, and one really great thing about saves in this game is it refills everything.
Which will be very, very handy for ammo management in here, as well as health. Similar to Zero Mission, missile tanks are cut down to only giving you 2 per expansion, and screw missiles and power bombs will only give you 1 per each expansion as well. So ammo count in hard/fusion difficulty is pretty limited and needs to be optimized as effectively as possible.
Whoops. Here I'm gonna get Charge Beam, which in the original here would be Ice Beam. But since Ice Beam is a lot more overpowered, I guess, in this game, it's not until late. There's also tons of... in the original there's tons of movement-based items really early, so that wanted to be limited. So, talking during a bomb jump isn't that easy.
Yeah, AM2R has some of the more lenient bomb jump timing, but when you're trying to stagger them like that, it can be pretty close.
And right what you just saw there was a zip, which by wall jumping on the same frame or so that you get rid of a wall, you can just go get glued to the next wall, which in this case was the door on the left side.
Yep, the wall jump routine will basically look forever in the same direction to try to find a wall to snap Samus to. So if you make a wall vanish while it's trying to do that, it'll bring you all the way across. You also have to be careful with that, though, because if you try to go in a direction where there is not a loaded solid, you'll cause the game to hang indefinitely. So use of the zip bug, as it's called, has to be very, very precise most of the time. Nice setup for that Metroid there, getting it to dodge into the wall so it can't move away from the missile. This is a trickier one to set up. This one has a lot more aggressive movement than the other two alphas in this section.
Also, that's the first one that dodges. Which you can take very full advantage of. Basically, fire a missile and it dodges, but it dodges right into the missile.
Yep, and we'll be seeing a lot of those subs for alphas and gammas. Zetas and omegas behave a little bit differently, but we'll get to those in due time.
And here we have our first boss.
And one of the first major changes that AM2R likes to drop on new players to show off that it's willing to do stuff different. So the fun thing about the Ancient Guardian here is that its health, and actually several of AM2R's bosses' health, are based on various item counts that the player gets. So in this case, the Guardian's health is based off of the missile tanks. So since we avoided grabbing as many as possible, the Guardian's going to have relatively low health and can be taken out pretty quickly here.
Almost died at the end there.
Very close, yeah. Ooh.
I was not prepared for switching my strategies.
Another small nuance of fusion difficulty to note here is that the pickup or the spawn animation for the X parasites takes a lot longer to go through than the normal pickup drop, so it can take a little bit more time to grab pickups, and we might be missing a lot that we'd normally be grabbing incidentally.
Yeah, normal pickups are instant. You can speed boost or screw tack through enemies and you get the pickup right away.
Thankfully, this alpha doesn't dodge, so we can get a good missile stagger on it without too much setup. Ooh, nicely done with the blob thrower missile hitboxes.
Well. Oh geez, I'm having a little trouble with this wall. Okay, I'm gonna take a safety save here because these blob throwers do a ton of damage. And they do have a chance to spawn a fly right in the way of my missile, but luckily it didn't happen there.
Nice, nicely done both times. We're just gonna save that guy for later. Got do some very careful movement to get past the autos there. They can do a lot of damage. AM2R's machine enemies are very tanky, so minimizing contact with them is pretty much a must-do.
Unfortunately, I didn't get the fast strat through that moving platform room. But there's a nice backup.
Gonna hop on here to get the wave beam, which will normally isn't too huge of a gain in Metroid games speed-wise, but AM2R has a couple of hits with a ton of destructible blocks that will make it really, really handy for quick traversal.
Wall jump acting a little wonky at the top of the screen there. Oh no. Okay. Had to control that Metroid a little more.
This one is ridiculously fast up in this room. Oh, already tackled. My RTMP's lagging a bit behind. That refreshed. Little change there from the original you might have noticed is that bombs will actually get drawn into these fans, so you can lay them down pretty quickly while going over that. I totally agree. The Area 2 theme here is one of my favorite in the whole AM2R soundtrack.
Alright, getting to Varia here because, once again, 4 times damage. This is a nice little damage reduction you wouldn't normally get in other categories. And it's the fusion suit Varia, so it's beautiful. Oh, get out of the water, please.
All behold the glory of the vomit suit. Although, this one's a little bit less saturated.
Alright, this is the first area where I have a decent chance of dying. The Metroids can decide to just do something wild, and I have nothing I can do about it.
Yep. Between a lot of tight platforming, all of the Metroids dodging, and, again, the crazy fusion mode speed multipliers is going to make this interesting. You'll notice that Tex is firing a beam here in between his shots to get the Alpha to dodge without wasting missile ammunition.
Oh, jeez.
Here we have our first Gamma Metroid.
Oh, I'm probably dead
that's
here.
trouble.
Oh no, stop dodging. Oh, jeez. I don't know how I survived that, but...
Nicely done.
I don't think that's enough to get the E-Tank it might be, but I'm gonna play it safe.
I wouldn't push it, nah.
I
Smart
think
call.
I only need 30, but again, I'm not certain. I'm usually not that low on energy there, so gotta take another refill here. What was supposed to happen is I was just supposed to have him stuck on that right side the whole time. Alright, I have a nice little manipulation for this guy.
This one always
Oh,
throws me at the
oh,
ton
oh,
of
oh,
trouble.
oh. I shot too early.
Oh dear.
Normally I can just roll through the thorns here to get back out, but not with this energy. So I shot that second or whatever missile too early, and so it hit the platform instead of the Metroid. That's something I should have been paying attention to. Alright, that's all the Metroids in this area.
Some very clever setups there. Oh, there we go, all the way through Breeding Grounds 2. No deaths.
Yeah, I'm just passing by. That's the second save point I passed by even with this low health, but we go right through 3 save points on this little section. Okay, thanks Samus.
Oh.
That was actually my fault, not Samus's. I had pressed the shoot button too quickly after the first missile, so didn't run the cooldown out. I'm just making this run exciting for no reason. It's the marathon.
Can't be a boring run if you're always at low health.
Got a little hero shot, as it would be called in Super Metroid there. And another one here.
And we're now going to see why the wave beam is super useful. You can plow through it with missiles, but I think it's generally faster.
And also, why the charge beam is so useful. Coming up here with this Chorizo boss.
Yes! Everybody's favorite quickly forgotten first boss from Super Metroid Returns.
Ooh, good RNG.
Ooh, very good.
If only my mashing was any good. Alright, so bombs damage most, if not all, bosses. Whoops, that went the wrong way. So I take that to full effect here.
Bombs are very, very useful for combat in AM2R. And a lot of other Metroid titles, they're just pretty tricky to use for it. But there's a lot of situations where they'll detonate on contact with how they're designed here. So you'll get to see them used quite a bit in this one. And Crucible is a great example.
Oh no. It didn't land on the platform. Here's our first Corex.
We're gonna catch. Yep.
Come on. Alright, another thing is we don't have to actually collect the Corex. Except for Arachnus with Spring Ball, they don't have an item.
Yeah, that was something that was wanted to be done for this mode, but couldn't really fit in good item placement because in most cases you get the item before the boss. So, for example, that second phase of Chorizo would be impossible for the casual player without access to the space jump.
Oh, and another thing I guess we haven't mentioned yet is you can blow up bombs faster with missiles or beams shot into them. Oh, I missed the speed boost.
Oh, very close. AM2R has some very fun speed boosting physics. Like a bit of a quirk of the engine that became a feature is if you are in midair and you use the quick morph button right before hitting the ground, you will actually save the speed boost and keep it while moving the morph ball. So that can be used for some very, very quick, seamless chains and allow you to get in some spots that you just otherwise really couldn't. Also similar to the original Metroid 2, Samus moves a little bit faster in Morph Ball at all times. So you have seen quite a bit of that, and we'll continue to see a good bit of that. Less now that we've got Speed Booster, just to save that little extra bit.
However, Various Suit in the original does speed you up to the same speed as Morph Ball. Not the case in this game.
Yeah, a decent bit like mockballing.
So all these machines do damage to me, so I have to take a very specific path to not take damage from them. And I do a full E-Tank right now, with the Various Suit even.
Yep, and there's a fun little quirk here with the auto dock, as I think it's frequently referred to, where if you're holding your jump input before you hit the ground, you can actually buffer it. So you'll see Tex do some immediate high jumps when he hits the ground because of charging it in midair.
Oh no, I had missiles equipped. I should have been able to do that one cycle faster, but didn't realize.
Ah well, more time to appreciate the giant, slow, crushy things that we try to move past as quickly as possible.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah. I jumped too early there.
It's just one energy tank. You'll be fine. Nice spark across here saves a ton of time and cycles waiting for the acid spitting, lava spitting bots. Very nice gamma chain there.
Oop. Wall jump. Oh no.
Oh dear. Yeah, even with the various suit, the various bots still hit like a truck in here.
I'm gonna take this little safe and kill this guy. Ouch. Another little safety save. Oh, so close to getting that Shen Spark.
That's a really tight one to save on top of there too.
Nice little shortcut there. That speedball is pretty difficult. Not the hardest one in the game. I thought I missed that. Whoops. Don't fire another! Ah. Alright, I need 2 super missiles, so I'm gonna take this save too. There I break out of spin early because breaking out of spin when you have space jump actually resets your fall speed rather. Doesn't happen without space jump, which is something I didn't realize until much later.
Maybe some fun exit speed, space boost technically here. And now we hit another one of the really tension-building parts in the Fusion difficulty run. That is Breeding Grounds 3. Tex is going to be dealing with a lot of gammas here. Ooh, missed the first super on that one.
Yeah, I think Druid found that you can just sneak a super right below that. And get it to hit the Metroid before it notices you.
Yeah, it's a really close one. Question in chat for you, Tex. How many hours do you think you played this to... Hang on, sorry. Phrasing threw me off. How many hours do you think that you've played this for to get to where you are today?
Probably like 500. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure.
There's probably stream stats or something that can be pulled up somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely spent last year, I think my stream stats said 187 hours in AM2R. But of course that wasn't all playing, there was some downtime there. Not a lot, mind you. So probably more than 500. Because this has been out since, whoa.
2016?
Yeah.
That's not counting demos though.
I didn't play the demos, I wanted to play the full release without any spoilers from demos.
Ah, nice. I hadn't even heard about the game until after release, so...
Yeah, I heard about it in like 2010 or between 2010 and 2012 when I was looking at like Super Metroid ROM hacks a lot. Stop grabbing onto things, Samus. Ow.
Nice, that had been right about at the midpoint then.
And Metroid 2 being my favorite Metroid. I definitely was looking out for any that were Metroid 2. Dang. I spin jumped instead of shine sparked.
Ooh.
But
yeah, there were a lot of Metroid 2 remakes back at the time too, or at least attempted
in the
ones,
works. I think this is the only one that I saw that actually ended up finished.
Yeah, AM2R's name is a really cheeky reference to the number of Metroid 2 remakes that people were trying to make, but of course, as fate would have it, it's the only one that actually got finished.
There's another Metroid we'll say hi to later. Oh, get up there. Thank you. And one more.
Yep, one thing to note with Metroid ammo drops is that alphas will not drop super missiles, gammas will drop a single super missile on tap. So it makes the ammo count still pretty limited when trying to get through and clear out all of them in succession. But that all went very smoothly.
Well, it's no deaths yet, right?
Yeah, still no deaths.
Nice. Better than I expected. This little maze, you're intended to have Spring Ball here. It's really difficult to not get hit by the spikes without Spring Ball.
I think it's the first time I've actually seen that navigated without spring no damage. Wow.
Ooh. Oh! That jump...
Of all the places to lose it. Oh.
That jump is really hard to get. It's such a small window. I just didn't jump high enough.
And here we'll see having to deal with two alphas at once.
Oh no.
The speed change.
This is that's one of my favorite things about this particular remake is two Metroids at once. What? Should be farming these guys. I need it. One more super. Come on. There we go.
Nice. Metroid Master asks, what controller are you playing with?
I'm playing on a PlayStation 4 controller. It's all I had access to when I first started playing, and I'm used to it now, so.
Yeah, DS4 is a solid model.
Yeah, the shoulder buttons don't register as well as they used to, so I just have them amplified in my the program I'm using to read the inputs. I was supposed to charge a sparkler.
Yeah, the D-pad is nice to play with on it, like actually using it. It's a bit of a pain to program for because D input, the input type the controller uses, registers it as like a control stick axis. So you can get some really unexpected results with that. And AM2R actually has some trouble with it. If you want to play with a DualShock, you usually have to set it up with DS for Windows or something.
I've heard a lot of people hate on the recessed D-pad, but I love it.
It's very, very comfortable to play with for a while. A lot of other controllers, it feels like it starts to bite into your thumb after a while. And here we'll see another safety save, also refilling the.
Yeah, this was just a refill save, but in this area we have flits, which if you remember in the original how annoying they are even more annoying in this.
Pretty much the only way to not be immensely annoyed is to spark through them. But that's not avoidable in this fight. Very clean though. Dodged basically all of them.
Also, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm using Super Metroid controls. You can decide whether you use Super Metroid or Zero Mission styled controls. I'm just most used to Super Metroid, so that's what I go with. Even though it does take me slightly longer to switch to Supers from Beam.
It's not a significant time loss to have the control set up that way.
Probably the place that has the most significant time loss from it is the end where you're fighting larval Metroids.
Right, because you
Spoiler.
can get from beam to missiles very quickly. Spoilers.
So there's a lot of speed shortcuts, and like I like that a lot about this, is it does cater a little bit to speedrunning, but not too much, like something like Project Base, where you can basically speed boost everywhere.
I really enjoy the super hidden shortcuts in particular. You'll see one coming up after we exit Area 4 here, where it's actually shoot a couple super missiles into a wall, but you won't actually see a tile break. AM2R has a couple of little shortcuts hidden like that, which allow more advanced players or speedrunners to pull off some sequence breaks, but helps to prevent new players from getting lost and wandering into somewhere later without something that they're expected to have on a normal playthrough.
Here,
And we will hit our first Zeta Metroid.
bad pattern.
Yeah, with Zeta and Omega Metroids have some more pattern-based AI, so whereas Alphas and Gammas just kind of try to float at you and dodge making your attacks, these guys have a mind of their own, or rather a mind in line with the game's random number generator.
Ouch. Here's another part. I might die. Hopefully not. Alright. I practiced that one a lot.
Nicely done.
Oh. There's speed boost tiles up above those spikes I was trying to get
Yeah.
to.
As ridiculous as it looks, you can actually get a spark all the way from the left side of that hallway out to the exit. It's referred to as the Miracle Spark, but it is very, very tight to pull off.
Ow. Okay, I'm gonna do something safe here. If I remember how. That's right, yeah. Takes me all the way to the left side of the screen, but keeps me safe. And I'm gonna do a scene transition there to room, rather, to make sure I can get a speed boost through those guys.
Yeah, the spikes can easily do half a tank of damage right now, so it's a very good idea to take the safety when possible. We'll be rolling on into the unlit tower now to take out another Zeta Metroid. This one has a little bit nicer of an arena than the previous one, so hopefully the patterns will cooperate as well.
Oh, I'm dumb. Why did I do that? Well, we're gonna be here a little bit. Whoa.
Yeah, super missiles make or break a quick Zeta fight. They do approximately 5 times the damage of a normal missile. So it'll take 30 of those to down a Zeta, or 30 regular missiles versus 5 supers. That's not math. 6 supers. My bad.
Help. Good spark.
Oh. That's okay. We'll make up for it with a really clean off-screen Zeta kill. Some very nice super drops there.
That was uncomfortable.
Very. That was a close jump.
Thought I morphed
Yeah, I
too
don't know.
high there.
I don't know if we mentioned it yet or not, but the charge beam does draw in items, similar to the Metroid Prime games. So that's being used a lot to make for some quicker movement in here. There were those super hidden tile blocks I was talking about.
Yeah, those you won't know even if you search for them unless they're there, and I sparked too high again. So you can bomb jump underwater. Timing is much different from above water though.
But it does allow for some very quick navigation.
That speed ball is very tight. Oh, come on. There we go. And the enemies in this area do a ton of damage, especially the saws. So I purposely hit the little robo-mines, as they're called, to give me iframes.
And encountering the distribution center online, so you'll be seeing a lot of these little EMP spheres, or just batteries, I guess, if you want to be more accurate, but EMP sphere sounds cooler. These can be used to power various conduits throughout the game and unlock doors. And that.
Please. I'm gonna take a safety save here. This is definitely out of the way, but I can easily die to the Zeta if I mess up. With only 160 health. Oh, that's not the right
this
room.
one in here can be quite the problem. So it flop projectiles will actually set off the EMP spheres in here. So which
You're cutting out a little bit. Nice. Think I lost him. Oh, whoa. Okay, I had not low health, so I don't really have to worry too much there, but normally through there I can only spare one hit, and I missed that speed boost. Oh well.
When the auto climb gets in the way, it can get in the way. It's usually pretty great though.
Oh no, this is bad. Ouch. You can go down crumble blocks quicker if you're in speed boost. I tried to get all the way down, but didn't get through that last one there.
So we now have the screw attack, which will allow us to very, very easily deal with
Oh,
everything that was giving us trouble here.
yeah, I can hear you sometimes. Here we have little EMP fields. Ooh, nice, I got the full drop there. Whoops. Okay, these make it so you can't shoot while you're in them, which is what that static little overlay is. And here we have Gravity Suit, which for some reason makes it so that the MP fields don't affect you.
As with most things in the Metroid universe, we will explain this away with Space Bird magic.
Sounds good.
Here we are.
Nice.
Ooh, that is a very, very tight shine spark to get.
Yeah, you can, unlike other Metroid games, you can get damaged while in some things you'd think make you invulnerable. Come on, Bomb. Thank you. And in the case of the Shine Spark, that means you can get hit out without having to do the bonk animation, so it saves a small amount of time.
What is affectionately or
Miscount.
non-affectionately, I'm not sure what we've decided, referred to as the Alpha Squad, where you get 5 of them dropped on you at once.
Also known as the A-Team. Pity the
And
fool.
also the point of main contention for low percent fusion runs.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Just speed boost on through everything here.
Oh. The Gamma was looking the wrong way. What am I doing? Oh, jeez. I don't have a backup for this. Actually, I'm gonna take the save here. Because I want to be full on everything. Well, I could get full on supers on the way if I was full on everything else. But anyways, I need to be full on supers here to get the quick kill. Or at least the quickest kill I've found on the upcoming boss, which you may recognize from the previous run.
Like speed boosting sea serpents. With a hefty dose of that relocated ice beam.
Well, get out of there.
So AM2R's design language likes to teach players how to use new abilities through bosses, whereas typically in a Metroid game you will get an ability from a boss. So we'll see that here with the
Oh man, I was smashing too fast. Hitting all those cooldown frames. Ow. One more super and a miss. Oh. And that's over. Ah, there's a really cool speed boost through there that gets all the way to here. If I do it right, I jump too high into the door frame though. Ugh.
And now we are ready to hit the final cave phase.
There's another shortcut right under the save point, but I need the refill, so I'm not taking it.
Area 6 here is one of my favorite moments to watch and run because it's basically all one giant shine spark. Power bombs were never picked up. You can completely skip those in AM2R. Which, for the sake of time, Tex did.
Oh.
Yep, Plasma Beam was also skipped. Both of those are optional sequences in Area 4, which you can just completely dodge around and go get the Metroids instead.
That was way too far.
And here is our first Omega Metroid.
Oh, please. Thank you.
These guys can be quite a bit of trouble. Their back weak spot will deal 3 times damage when hit. Very nicely done with the supers there. So that one didn't give too much trouble, but if they get into a long chain of the flamethrower pattern, they can take quite a while to take down because they won't reveal the back weak spot, and it's a slow pattern. Hey, I see Supersonic is rating the RGL TV stream on behalf of the admins who aren't in the voice chat to say thanks. Thanks. Everybody here appreciates it. another fun speed booster shortcut.
Another good mute tune going on here. It's hard to pick out a favorite when they're all pretty good.
It is. Doc did a very, very good job with the AM2R soundtrack, and I don't know, Ancient Power, the Area 5 theme is really, really strong. Which was a collaboration piece between Doc and Torby.
Alright, there's a nice little speed boost tech here I'm gonna try to go for a few times. Or just get it the first time, whatever.
Yo, let's go! That is a very, very difficult spark. That is not off in that look. Here we have a Fusion variant Omega, a reference to the pretty unique design shown at the end of the last run.
Well, area went pretty well.
That went very cleanly. Fast refills in between, no major issues, really good patterns. We're going to be seeing some very cool shine sparks here through the waterfalls. Which can actually be really, really hard to keep contained with these low ceilings.
Get up, get up. Thank you. A little bit of dropped space jumps there.
That could be worse. Could be the original Metroid 2 space jump.
Alright, last save.
Final save, final area. There's a cool log entry there, but we will be skipping that because speed.
And one more thing, Fusion changes. There are 20 Metroids here. As opposed to what, 8 on normal?
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's changed a little bit over time. I remember it was changed so that they scale with the difficulty. So hard has an increased amount, but Fusion definitely has the most overall.
Well, there goes one of my supers. I swear I don't need glasses.
Yeah, as mentioned, there's a setting that lets you enable around 47 Metroids in the labs.
I didn't do that right. Oh well.
And here we are in the final battle. So the Queen Metroid is an interesting...
Ouch. So her health depends on how many missile packs I picked up, and since I picked up 2, she has 2 more missiles worth of health on the first and fourth phases, and 1 more in the second and third.
Which is still enough to do 1 cycles.
It is possible to one-cycle this one, but it's very tight, and I think I missed too many bombs out of those bomb spreads to get it.
Yeah, it's really, really close. It's very rare to actually see that done. There we go.
Oh, I did that with only taking 1 hit from the Queen. Whoops. I'd make that 2.
And unfortunately we don't have power bombs, so no dramatic flare, but the boss is still defeated. Yeah, that's a good catch. Actually, a lot like Super Metroid, several of the bosses and other creatures in AM2R have audio sampled from various kaiju.
Get up. Okay,
The baby is going to cause us a little bit of trouble here.
Nah, that was all me. Okay, that was a little bit of a baby. I had something to say.
We'll see if it decides to do the spin cycle up here.
Dude, get over here. I had something to say, but I can't remember what it was. Oh my gosh. I hate when that happens. Oh yes, it's very adorable.
And 1 final space boost.
And time. Pretty good.
That is a solid time.
I was a bit nervous about that run because all the problems I had before.
Hey, but there we go. Deathless run, only had to do a couple out of the way saves. Excellently done.
Thank you, and thank you for jumping on commentary for me. And of course, thanks everyone in the credits here.